If you're an entrepreneur or a small business owner, leads are probably important to you. As I'm getting ready to spin up some campaigns for the fall for my own service businesses and different products and stuff that I sell, I thought, hey, I'll make a real quick video about this. It's actually not that complicated, at least my thoughts and process, and I'm going to show you a little bit of how I do that. By the way, my name is Mark. I am a serial entrepreneur. My wife and I own a notary staffing agency as well as a document preparation company. We are also Kajabi Hero. We are Kajabi Hero Award recipients, so we've made over 100K in a year with digital alone as well. So know a few things about advertising and marketing. Didn't always. In fact, when we first started our service business, right around the COVID time, where for a lot of people were having issues, we were actually the opposite. We were in a total boom and kind of didn't have to, we were just kind of riding the wave. And that was really cool. But then as things got to normal for other people, they kind of went back to normal for us, meaning we got that wave was kind of simmering down. So we had to really get aggressive with our marketing, which of course we did. And I'll show you, I'm going to break it down into a few simple concepts, and then of course where you can take those concepts in your business. And really, just for starters, this is all that you're doing when you're marketing or you're running your business, really any fraction of it, but since we're talking about leads lead to your customers, we're gonna stick with that theme, but is you have knowledge, and the knowledge, you're gonna ideally get the right knowledge, and you're gonna mix that with action, and then you're going to repeat, persist, don't quit. And if you do this, you're going to be successful. The knowledge of lead generation or marketing with the effects, the marketing actions done over and over again, and you can win at this, I promise. So the key being the right action, which would be from the right knowledge. So obviously if you got a load of BS from somebody or outdated information, that might not be very useful. So what I find that with marketing, there's really only 3 things that are that important. So based on my observation, there's really only 3 marketing methods. They can all, I think all of them can all kind of be bundled into 3 main ideas. There would be inbound leads, outbound leads, and then interruption-based leads. Now, personally, I love inbound leads. I think these are the gold standard here. Is to get some inbound leads, which would be, inbound would be like search. People are searching for you. Now these search leads are going to have a high percentage. They're going to have a high conversion, right? Because they have an intent. They have an intent. They come inbound, so they're going to be easy to convert. Now, examples of where you would get inbound leads would be something like search engine optimization. It would be something like Google Maps, like those local map listings, anything like that where people are finding you on an inbound with search. Problem with that is that you are limited in this lead flow by some factors, and it would be basically the number of people that are actually looking for that. So say you own a cleaning service in, I don't know, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and there's only so many people in a given day that are looking to have maybe their house or their business cleaning, looking for cleaning. So now, of course, as you acquire customers, especially for repeat services, you're going to have a Bob or a book of business, right? And that is also a gold standard, is to have your Bob, have the book that you can kind of, you keep building up a base. Of course, that'll make you rich. So inbound is limited. So there's variables that you can adjust to increase the amount of inbound. You could increase like your coverage area. You could increase the roster of services that you offer so that there's more inbound search and you're getting more of those high intent leads. Now, the next thing that you can do is outbound leads, which suck. But I think it's important to get good at these, because if you are, you will be in a position where you'll never have to worry about having a job or wanting for money, because these skills are great. Now with outbound lead generation, you definitely have a lower percentage of conversion. So we're talking about like calls, mail/email, an E here, mail or email, SMS. Got to be careful with that. If you don't have opt-ins for SMS, you get in trouble. I get them all the time for things I swear I didn't opt in for, but it is technically a TCPA violation if you are just cold texting people that you don't have an opt-in for. So don't do that. Get a list that it's qualified or whatever. But so emails, calls, SMS, direct mail, of course, and then, well, DMs. The problem with this one is you get the rejection, right? It's very time consumption. There's a very time intensive to be making hundreds of calls or DMs. Now, emails not so much. Emails you can just click. You can get a whole month's worth of what you do in a call and calls in one single day with emails. So, which is why I would prefer that for outbound or outreach or cold outreach. So there's your outbound. Now, there are business models that only do this altogether. There's certain insurance agents and agencies that only do outbound. They have an outbound call center. There are like solar sales, like people who are doing solar sales or getting leads for solar companies. Their whole business model is just an outbound. Likewise, there's businesses who can run completely on inbound. And then lastly, there is what I call interruption-based marketing. So this could be social media. It can be billboards. It can be literally be those little bandit signs that you see, right? I love these things. The little 1-800-we-buy-houses stuck in the dirt on the side of the road. That could be an interruption-based marketing. TV, paid ads through like Facebook, basically something, just social media posts in general, just interrupting their flow. And with this, you are definitely going to have a higher conversion. You're going to have a higher intent than those outbounds, probably a lower intent than the inbounds, but this is the infinite source of leads. So this is the gold standard because of the high intent, and you can essentially set this up to where it's free. This you're either doing it so it's not free because of time or because you're paying somebody to do it. And then interruption, of course, you're paying as well. So this one does have a price tag on it. However, the amount of leads you can get is essentially unlimited with interruption based. So you are basically putting your idea, your service out in front of people who don't know they're looking for it, which can give you a ton of leads. So so these are the three basic ways that we run a campaign. And of course we make videos about the in-depth on some of these. So if you like this, by all means subscribe, check out some of the other videos where we go into details. I know for outbound for DMs, I got a video where I just go into the exact script that we've used for that. And again, I think that is certainly useful skill to develop. For social media interruption, there's really one channel that's better than all of them, and both for paid and for free that you should be using. And if you want to know more about that, check links in the description. Inbound, let me tell you what you think in the comments. We do have, I have created a Google Maps course that I'm selling to Jobby, part of what was instrumental in getting that Hero Award, but we're working on, and let me know if this is something that interests you, we're working on an SEO course that's going to be very simplified. So it's going to be like 80-20 rule. So in other words, 20% of the things that you do for SEO are going to get you 80% of the results. And so we want to focus on that, not this over technical stuff that you see on videos where they're just doing all kinds of code and schema markup and backlinks and all that. That's great, but I think for most people and most businesses, you can achieve that without that. We have actually, in our business, both our services as well as physical and digital products like courses, we have been able to successfully market all of those with inbound, with search engine alone, let alone this. Now, I don't really do any of this for like digital products. We'll do some of it for services occasionally, usually by email. But for interruption, we almost exclusively do it for digital. Sometimes I'll do it for our services, but I've successfully marketed all of these with search engine inbound. And so again, we're thinking about putting together a very affordable, very straight to the point, easy to understand search engine course. And so if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, check links in the description or comment and let me know that you'd be interested in that. Right now, I just have some cheat sheets. I do have SEO cheat sheets, what I call my content pyramids, that you can get for free. If you just hit the Sacred Success link, you can get those free in what I call the 10K and 30-day blueprint. So that is it for this. And then other than that, be sure to check out, if you want to see like my outbound DMs, be sure to check out this video right here where we go through that and our exact scripts that we use.